That's what I call the French fries.
Want to stay there off your plate? Okay. You want just a cheeseburger? And what do you want to drink? They have iced tea or lemonade.
Number 70. Number 81.
Yeah, I know.
There's still a lot of great streets up there to the north. Get you a seat, you'll be able to see just fine.
Mike, Lyndon's gonna sing today. Lyndon. He'll sing.
So move on up, get yourself a good seat. There's a lot of them up there. We have a snack by the way, maybe you know, we're concerned about being close to snacks. I'm kind of close to snacks myself. And you'll have ample opportunity to get yourself one shot during the show. You may have noticed that the aerodrome does not resemble Disney World a whole lot. The benches that you're sitting on are occasionally point, and it's something that we're kind of proud of. Do you believe those benches are something that we're proud of? The deal is this. Everything about the aerodrome, as much as possible, we're trying to replicate that which we have been during the that flight. So here he comes, the 1929 Standard D-25, okay, and 4 passengers. You do it. I'll see you there. They're taking your picture while you're taking theirs. There's a worldwide organization called the Tiger Club. that is dedicated to the preservation of flying at these. This particular airplane built in 1943 by the Morris Motor Car Company in England under contract to the Hamilton and was used as a training. This is a good opportunity for you to see that rotary engine as flying taxis pass. You really see that 160 known. It has a big valve at the top of the cylinder. This is called a monopump or one-valve engine. And that means it has one valve that opens twice, one for ignition and one for ignition. We had some problems for the pilot. He had to compensate for the difference between the center line of the airplane and the center line of the gun when he was
Actually, I haven't been
no
to this
red came in
museum
when
since
he
Ryan
was.
was a
And
baby.
then he had to take off
I haven't
his
been to
belt,
the
stand
show
up,
since I was
take off the glove,
Ryan's
replace
age.
it with a new one, and sit back down. All of this in an airplane that had engines spinning around on the nose. Rotary engines, remember I asked you 3 questions. How do they get ignition in there? How do they get lubrication in there? How do they get fuel in there? We'll talk about the answers to those after we get it in the air. Oh, no, don't aim that cat at the announcer. No, aim at something else. Hey, the top gear firing some rockets off the wing. And some anti-aircraft going up. Now the castor oil has a problem. This is a one-way system. You can't recover the castor oil. You can't scavenge it back on an engine that's spinning around like that.
Silver jet.
As you say, oh my. And after you've ingested castor oil droplets for about an hour, you begin to get some problems. Things begin to loosen up. Takes a direct hit. That's going up. As Mademoiselle Phoebe expresses her disgust with this entire operation, turn tighter than your opponent. If you get on the inside of the circle and pepper some bullets into it, you might win the dogfight. If you could dive faster than your opponent or climb faster than your opponent, you could escape this necessary. Interestingly, this airplane was originally designed as a monoplane, just like the Fokker V8, a high-wing monoplane. However, the French pilots weren't terribly happy with that. They liked the biplane and thought it was strongest. And so the extra set of wings kind of got tacked on the bottom as an afterthought in one heck of a little airplane. Mademoiselle Fifi is very disgusting. Right out into the wing arms of the wing runners. And here's part of the problem is, you see, without the tail wheel and with no brakes, he needs some help getting turned around. There's the rotary engine getting into the tunnel.
Well, there she is.
Oh, it's a good thing he's an excellent made it to England. And on the way, poor Trudy Trudeau. And on there, Trudy! Well, she's going to have the longest fingers in the Tiger Pool. The black bear is rolling with Trudy Trudeau on the end of that rope. First step is going to be a doozy. I think Senator Percy has a plan. There he is with his broomstick. I think we're going to try for an air-to-car transit. What's this? Jim, who is that? Is that Bugliotti again? And the Jenny flares into the landing. And touching down, a little bit of a bounce. Well, then and back. Let's hear it for the Baron. And we'll get the Jenny turned around back. Made it across the runway or the ocean. A little bit bigger obstacle over to England and France. Some of the Jennies did that our fighters were built too late in the war. We had some good ones. The Thomas Morris Scout. There's an example of that up at the aerodrome. Well, there's the Baron with his brass band. Just let the Baron know how you feel about it.
I know, stick with the lollipop.
Ooh, that's right. And the Baron says, after the show, I'm Rick Trainer, one of the all-time fine aerobatic aircraft. And at last, the 1929 Davis Meanwhile, Sir Percy and Trudy Trudeau joining up in the lead is the Tiger, followed by the Stomp, followed by the Great Lake Trainer, and followed by the D1W. By the way, is there anybody here from Belgium today? Anybody from Belgium? Down there, maybe? Okay, because we'd like to point out that little Stomp. That's an interesting aircraft. There they are. Get your pictures. Circling overhead, and what can I tell you? Just when you were looking up at airplanes, look at who's sneaking in from the north end of the field. And off he goes to the picnic ground. Let's hear it for the Because now in the basket, you will find a bottle of scotch. And he encourages her. She says no. And the bear says, I don't mind if I do. And now he says to me, I would like a kiss. And she says, no, I don't mind. Now overhead, the fathers take off into their mother's closet. And the bear says, I will have my kiss. Roll out the barrel. We're going to have a barrel of fishes. That sounds like the beer a little bit too much in that barrel.
Over there.
What is the bear up to? Whoa! That beer is really strong, those bears. Well, he put it high shooting to the barrel, and he's constantly flying overhead. And to the left here comes the 1916 to a no weapon tank. And next to land, the Evelyn Firewall. That is looks like a firewall, but it's a lot more aerobatic than it is. Is a stop, and probably this thing. Hey, sugar light, leave me alone! Now we can't head off the runway, please. Hey! What? What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? Oh, I see. This is going to be a short field takeoff and get rid of the farmers. Hey, leave that alone. It's got two wings, one on each side.
J'ai dit que l'avion est trop petit pour lui.
That's not like you're a Norse spreader. Now, raise your big feet before you get in.
Tu vois, ils veulent plus dehors, tu vois.
I don't know if this is such a good idea. Well, it's not going to be such a short takeoff anymore. We've got an extra 220 pounds in the back seat. Down he goes. Back in just a little bit of altitude each time.
This time.
Oh, no. Now, don't get upside down. Why is it smoking? There's smoke coming out.
Something wrong.
It is smoking. You know how we feel about smoking. And if you land on you, talk about secondhand smoke. Oh, now you can't fly it the right way. Maybe you can't fly it. Did you put oil in that airplane?
That was the one?
That was the one. No oil, right? No oil. You'll get back soon. No oil. There's got to be. No, why do I get out of this car? No, hold on, wait a minute. I think he's going to go out.
Better run, bro.
And that smoke is getting thicker and thicker. Oh, just going to right up. Uh-oh, I knew it. It's in the spin. Hold on, ease back on the stick. Look at how thick that smoke's getting. Those pistons are going to stick to the cylinder walls in no time here. Way up there, the nose too high. You'll lose flying speed. And I think Brian has his hat out there. Now Brian's got his hat. If we give him something to aim for, maybe he'll come in and land if we put his hat out on the runway.
Okay, we're gonna put his hat. See his hat?
The flyer never forgets his hat. All right, well, we'll try that. We'll put the hat out on the runway. And he says, oh, there's my hat. No, you can't stay there in the car. Well, maybe you can control it. I don't know how much longer that engine's going to run. All that smoke pouring out. And the wonderful oil is in there. It's on the top of the engine, at the bottom of the engine, all over. Well, now, see, that's not actually that. That's smoking soon. Now it's going to go sideways. He's gaining altitude. Uh-oh. I don't hear that engine running too well. It just cut out. I thought I heard the engine cut out. I think he's down to where there's just no oil left at all. And another turn, it's not so bad. No more oil. No more oil means no more engine. It's just barely turning up there. And he's losing RPM. And now where's he going? Headed for Albany. Uh-oh. Do you hear that engine? I don't hear that engine. Look at that. The propeller is going slower and slower, and it stopped. He's on his way back now. Well, he never got his airplane rating. I hope he's got a glider rating. Look at that. That propeller is stopped dead. Dead being the important word. And he's headed absolutely the wrong direction. Away from the airport. And, don't fly it when you're ready. Look at that. That propeller, he just stopped right across the front of the column. And now he's headed for the aerodrome swamp. I think he's wants to stay over the airport.
Think he'll make it, bro?
Look at how slowly that airplane is
He'll make
flying.
it? Back
Oh,
to the
he's trying
runway?
to turn. Maybe he did see his hat. His hat's right out here in front of the announcer's tower.
You can do it, buddy?
Now what's he up to? He's trying to make a turn. And here he comes. Okay, get everything valuable out of the way. He's going to try to
No engine.
land.
Remember, he has no engine.
And you can't land sideways. Oh, he's going to crash at the end of the runway. What? What's he doing now? No, you're supposed to land it on both wheels. Both wheels. Ladies and gentlemen, the precision time of this is After turn inside the circle, it was made to roll this area report. They got a few bullets across the nose. And it looks like he succeeded. He's right on there to lift the roof there. And right in there, going up with the black turn. Let's put it in there. The identified destroyer was designed as a trainer and a utility aircraft. British pilots trained on this machine and then flew the fighter aircraft. However, it saw great action as a bomber. Because the identified destroyer in 1914 was the squadron of liquid out and did the first organized FSR operating on several scheduled missions. And let's talk about that now on their first day. Once again into the turn. The Falcon B-7 was so abused by the Allies that they wrote a provision in terms of the armistice ended in World War I. All Falcon B-7s were to be turned over to the Allies. So the Germany was not turned to a trust and saw no reason for that. And started to observe a rainbow of sewing machines. The sewing machines went to German railway officials one, and the Falcon B-7 went to Poland on a special train. Rudy is stuck in jail. You're going to save her. Oh, Mademoiselle Lucy is going to save Trudy Truelove. At altitude, the D-7 closing in and stealing off. Right after, when both pilots were still and needed to get a clear shot of the other. Whoever got shot down first was the loser. From the south end of the field, Super Goodfellow. From the north end of the field, the black man and the bright man. With the dreaded head on back. Discussing the damage. And it's going to be another station run. And there it is hit by the backfire. And down he goes.
Boom! Boom!
Meanwhile, up at altitude, it looks like the loop closing in on the Falcon B-7. The D-7 twisting and turning, trying to get away, and it looks like the D-7 took a hit. And D-7. And here comes the D-7 diving for the ground. Trying to outmaneuver. And look at that, a bird right first, and a twist and turn, and even though he's smoking and he's on fire, he's now on the tail of the air station. We're going to shoot them all down. That's because of the German lady who beat me up 2 seasons ago. There they come. Their landings. Now, a lot of people think that when we bring them into the landings, that's the end of the air show. And believe me, it's not. There's still a lot of action to come, so don't pack up. There's still a lot of activity yet to happen here. military aircraft. Designed, they built for World War I, it actually flew in World War II. The Apple was used to test the early British radar since the machine had Here comes the Eagle. With a bit of a tail there. Not the best one. Close to the airplane. Next will be the Black Parrot. Now, two things. And wait for it to stop and turn around and come on back, and then I'll give you a count of 3. And we're going to get the